Your morning oatmeal may be nourishing your heart while at the same time quietly tiring your kidneys. For decades, oatmeal has held a reputation as the gold standard of breakfast. Warm, filling, packed with fiber, and celebrated by doctors and dietitians alike for its ability to support heart health. Many seniors rely on it daily, believing they are making a safe, smart choice to begin their mornings. But here's the hidden reality. What's often promoted as a superfood may carry unintended consequences for aging kidneys. After the age of 60, our kidneys gradually lose some of their natural efficiency. Their filters, known as nephrons, become less effective at clearing waste and balancing minerals in the bloodstream. This means that nutrients considered harmless, even protective, in youth, such as phosphorus, potassium, and protein, may accumulate and create risks later in life. Take phosphorus, for example. In moderation, it's essential for bone strength and energy production. But when levels climb too high, it can draw calcium out of bones, leaving them brittle and fragile, while also depositing calcium into blood vessels. Over time, this hardening of arteries increases cardiovascular risk. Similarly, potassium plays a vital role in muscle function, including the heartbeat itself. Yet when aging kidneys struggle to excrete it properly, potassium can rise to dangerous levels, triggering muscle weakness, irregular heart rhythms, or even sudden cardiac arrest. Protein, another nutrient often praised, requires the kidneys to work harder to clear its waste byproducts. Even small surpluses, when repeated daily, can add up and accelerate kidney wear. This doesn't mean oatmeal suddenly becomes the enemy. Far from it. A half cup of dry oats contains about 166 milligrams of phosphorus, 147 milligrams of potassium, and around 5 to 6 grams of protein. For healthy, younger kidneys, those numbers pose no issue. For seniors, however, those same nutrients, consumed every single morning and sometimes combined with other mineral-heavy foods, can create a slow, silent burden. The strain doesn't show up overnight, but it accumulates over months and years, often without symptoms until function is significantly reduced. And here lies the delicate balance. Oatmeal remains one of the most versatile, comforting breakfasts available. Its beta-glucan fiber helps lower LDL cholesterol, stabilize blood sugar, and keep hunger in check. Its complex carbohydrates release energy steadily, preventing mid-morning crashes. This makes it, in many ways, a heart-smart staple. The challenge is not oatmeal itself. It's how it's prepared, portioned, and paired with other foods. Small choices in preparation can be the difference between nourishment and strain. Consider the first and most common mistake: cooking oatmeal with cow's milk. At first glance, it seems like a wholesome upgrade: creamier texture, added protein, and extra calcium for bones. But for aging kidneys, this combination can be quietly harmful. Cow's milk contains high levels of phosphorus and potassium. When added to the phosphorus and potassium already present in oats, the mineral load in a single bowl may nearly double. For seniors with reduced kidney function, that extra burden is like adding weight to a bridge already under stress. It might hold for a while, but cracks eventually appear. I recall the story of Mayam, a 68-year-old retired librarian. She loved her healthy morning ritual: half a cup of oats simmered in whole milk, topped with fresh banana slices. She believed it was the perfect breakfast for her heart and digestion. Yet over time, she began to feel unusually tired, short of breath, and weak. When her doctor ran blood tests, the results revealed elevated potassium and phosphorus, clear signals that her kidneys were struggling. Mayam was stunned. She thought she was doing everything right. Her doctor explained that the issue wasn't oatmeal itself, but the combination, oats plus milk plus banana, all in one meal, was giving her kidneys more than they could comfortably handle each morning. By simply switching from cow's milk to water or unsweetened almond milk, and replacing the potassium-heavy banana with apple slices and cinnamon, her numbers improved within weeks. Mayam regained her energy while still enjoying her warm, comforting bowl of oats. When it comes to kidney health, even healthy foods can become risky if not adjusted for age and individual needs. The key is not to fear oatmeal, but to be mindful of preparation. Choosing the right liquid base, controlling portions, and carefully selecting toppings can allow seniors to keep enjoying the benefits of oatmeal while protecting their kidneys from unnecessary strain. And as we move forward, you'll see that the next mistake often happens even before the first spoonful is taken. Even when you've carefully chosen plain oats and the right cooking liquid, trouble can still sneak in through what you add on top. Many seniors enjoy piling on toppings, believing they're boosting the nutritional power of their oatmeal. But popular choices like bananas, raisins, peanut butter, and mixed nuts are loaded with potassium and phosphorus, two minerals that, while essential for healthy muscle and bone function, can become dangerous in excess for older adults with declining kidney function. As we age, the kidneys naturally lose some filtering efficiency. According to the National Kidney Foundation, by the time people reach their 60s and 70s, the glomerular filtration rate, GFR, a measure of kidney function, tends to decline, making it harder for the body to excrete excess potassium and phosphorus. Elevated potassium, known as hyperkalemia, can trigger muscle cramps, weakness, and even irregular heart rhythms. Meanwhile, too much phosphorus can lead to vascular calcification, a condition where calcium deposits build up in blood vessels, raising the risk of heart disease. Consider Helen, a 72-year-old grandmother who prided herself on her Power Bowl breakfast. Every morning, she cooked her oats in almond milk, then added a banana, peanut butter, walnuts, and raisins. To her, it was the picture of health. But after months of this routine, she began to feel muscle cramps, occasional palpitations, and unexplained fatigue. Blood tests revealed her potassium levels were above the safe range, and her phosphorus was creeping higher too. The oats weren't the issue. It was the high potassium, high phosphorus toppings accumulating daily. Her aging kidneys simply couldn't keep up. Guided by her doctor, Helen swapped bananas for apples, peanut butter for cinnamon, and limited dried fruit. Within weeks, her lab results improved, her cramps subsided, and her energy returned. Even wholesome foods can backfire in the wrong context. For seniors, especially those with borderline kidney function, topping choices matter just as much as the oats themselves. But the risks don't stop at toppings. Sometimes the danger starts even before you add anything, right at the moment you select your oats. Instant or flavored oatmeal packets, while marketed as heart-healthy, often come loaded with sodium and phosphate additives. Unlike the natural phosphorus in whole foods, which is absorbed at a rate of about 40 to 60%, inorganic phosphate additives from processed foods are absorbed at nearly 100% efficiency, according to research published in the Clinical Journal of the American Society of Nephrology. This sudden influx of phosphate places enormous stress on aging kidneys. Add to that the 200 to 300 milligrams of sodium per serving in many flavored varieties, and it's a silent recipe for swelling, fluid retention, and increased blood pressure. Take Steve, a 75-year-old widower. He believed switching from sugary cereal to instant maple and brown sugar oatmeal was a smart move. But after nearly 2 years of daily packets, he developed swelling in his ankles and shortness of breath. Blood work revealed elevated phosphate levels and reduced kidney function. The culprit wasn't oats. It was the hidden phosphates and sodium in the flavored packets. When Steve switched to plain rolled oats, seasoning them naturally with cinnamon, apples, and a drizzle of honey, his swelling eased, breathing improved, and phosphate levels stabilized. This shows how convenience can carry a hidden cost for kidney health. Those extra minutes spent preparing whole oats can protect years of kidney function. Finally, portion size and frequency matter more than most people realize. Oatmeal is often seen as a free-pass food, wholesome, filling, and safe. But every bowl still contains potassium, phosphorus, and protein. Eating large portions daily can overload the kidneys over time, even without unhealthy toppings. A study in nephrology dialysis transplantation found that excessive phosphorus intake accelerates kidney decline and worsens outcomes in older adults. Rob, a 76-year-old former marathon runner, ate oatmeal every day, a heaping cup and a half of dry oats each morning. Within a year, he experienced swelling, fatigue, and breathlessness. Lab results showed high phosphorus and potassium levels, alongside a drop in kidney function. Working with a dietitian, he cut his oatmeal portions in half and reduced frequency to 2 to 3 times per week, rotating in other kidney-friendly breakfasts. Within months, his energy improved, swelling decreased, and kidney markers stabilized. Rob's case reinforces an important principle. Even the healthiest foods can become harmful when portion control and frequency are ignored. For seniors, moderation isn't just wise advice. It's a safeguard for kidney function, heart health, and longevity. And in our next section, we'll uncover a mistake that sneaks into many diets unnoticed, often hidden behind friendly marketing labels and carefully chosen fine print. The final mistake isn't about what you see in your bowl. It's about what you overlook on the package. Too often, people assume that if a product looks wholesome and carries reassuring words like natural, organic, or heart-healthy, it must be safe. But for aging kidneys, the real story is written on the ingredients list and nutrition facts panel, and ignoring those details can carry real risks. Processed oat products, like flavored instant mixes, granola, oat clusters, or pre-sweetened cereals, often contain phosphate additives, hidden sodium, and artificial sweeteners. These are the invisible ingredients that don't change the look of the food, but can quietly damage kidney health. The problem is especially true for phosphate additives. Unlike natural phosphorus found in whole foods such as beans, dairy, or nuts, which is only 40 to 60% absorbed, inorganic phosphate additives are absorbed at nearly 100% efficiency, according to research published in the Clinical Journal of the American Society of Nephrology. That means even a small amount in your cereal or granola can cause a sudden spike in blood phosphorus levels, which the kidneys must work extra hard to filter out. Over time, this accelerates kidney decline, increases the risk of vascular calcification, and raises the chance of cardiovascular disease. Then there's the sodium factor. Many granolas and oat-based snacks contain 150 to 300 milligrams of sodium per serving, sometimes more. For older adults, high sodium not only strains the kidneys but also increases blood pressure, contributing to fluid retention, ankle swelling, and added stress on the heart. And let's not forget hidden sweeteners, artificial or concentrated syrups, which may trigger blood sugar spikes or worsen insulin resistance in seniors with prediabetes or type 2 diabetes. Take Linda, a 70-year-old retired nurse who thought she was making careful food choices. She avoided obvious junk food and always bought premium natural brands. Her pantry was neatly lined with bags of organic granola and oat clusters, which she enjoyed as a mid-afternoon snack with yogurt. To her, these snacks felt safe, even virtuous. But during a routine checkup, her doctor noticed her phosphorus levels were climbing and her kidney filtration rate, eGFR, was trending downward. Confused, Linda brought the packaging to her dietitian, who spotted the issue immediately. The ingredient list included several phosphate additives with names like sodium phosphate and calcium phosphate, along with more than 200 milligrams of sodium per serving. Linda admitted she had never paid attention to those tiny words on the back of the package. She assumed the front label's claims of all natural meant it was safe. But those additives were silently piling stress onto her kidneys. With guidance, she switched to plain rolled oats and began preparing her own granola at home, using unsalted pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, a touch of cinnamon, and dried fruit in moderation. Within months, her phosphorus levels dropped, her kidney function stabilized, and she regained peace of mind knowing she was fully in control of what she was eating. Protecting kidney health isn't only about the big dietary decisions like oats versus no oats. It's also about the small, hidden details that add up silently over time. For those over 60, reading labels is not a tedious chore. It's a form of self-defense. By scanning the back of the package and looking out for sodium content, phosphate additives, and hidden sugars, you can shield your kidneys from silent harm. And with all 5 mistakes uncovered, we come to the big picture. Oatmeal itself is not the enemy. In fact, it can remain one of the most comforting and nourishing breakfasts even after 60, if it's prepared with awareness and balance. The adjustments we've discussed aren't about restriction. They're about empowerment through small, intentional choices. Think of Mayim, Helen, Steve, Rob, and Linda. Each of them started with good intentions, but their habits unintentionally placed stress on their kidneys. None of them had to give up oatmeal altogether. Instead, they learned to adjust how they enjoyed it, choosing plain oats, cooking with kidney-friendly liquids, opting for low-potassium toppings, steering clear of instant packets, moderating portions, and reading labels closely. The results were remarkable. Better lab results, more energy, less swelling, and renewed confidence in their daily routines. Your kidneys have been working tirelessly for decades, filtering nearly 50 gallons of blood every single day, balancing minerals, regulating blood pressure, and protecting you from toxins. After 60, they deserve a little extra care. The next time you prepare your morning oats, remember, the small choices in that bowl can echo through your health for years to come. With mindful preparation, you can continue to enjoy the warmth, comfort, and nourishment of oatmeal, while protecting two of the hardest working organs in your body. Now I'd love to hear from you. Do you eat oatmeal regularly? And if so, how do you usually prepare it, plain, with toppings, or instant packets? Share your answer in the comments below. Your story might inspire someone else to make a kidney-friendly change today. If you found this eye-opening, give this video a thumbs up, share it with a friend over 60, and subscribe for more science-backed tips to protect your health. Your kidneys will thank you tomorrow for the choices you make today. Thank you for watching. Stay healthy, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next video.